What's up, YouTube? Let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku puzzle for August 16th, 2025. Before we start, be sure to subscribe for more Sudoku videos like this. And if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, there's a link in the description. So with that said, let's fill the grid. All right, let's see what we have. We have ones. Actually, it looks like one is pointing in to this box from here and here, and we got two ones pointing up. So one is going to be right here. What else? Let's see, three. We got four here, and we can place a four down here. We got two fours over here on the side looking in. This 7 and this 7 are pointing over here, so 7's in one of those two cells. 1 and 1 point over to the same box, and this 1 points down, so this is a 1-7 hidden pair. So the 6 points down, the 6 points across, so 6 is in one of these two cells. And actually we can place the 6 right here with that. What else? 1 and 7. So we already have 4. 6. Okay, that's about all we can do there. This box is already down to 3, so let's fill that in. We need a 3, 5, or I'm sorry, 3, 8, 9. 3, 8, 9. So this is just 8, 9. This is just 3, 9, and this is 3, 8, or 9. And 3's points, so let's see. Can't do much with that yet. Let's go back up here. We got a 5 pointing down, 5 pointing across, so 5's in one of these two cells. That puts 5 in one of these two cells. 2's, the 2 and the 2 point over here, so 2's in one of these two cells. Over here we got 1's pointing into this box and this one pointing in, so 1's going to be in one of these two cells. 6 and 6 are looking up here. Okay, this 4 looks across here, this 4 looks up, so 4's in one of these two cells. Actually places a 4 right here and places another 4 right here. And come up here and pencil 4's in one of these two cells. All right. All right, let me see. I don't see a whole lot going on in the middle here. This column though is down to 4, so let's look at that. We need 2, 3, 5, or no, we need 3, 5, 8, 9. 3, 5, 8, 9. That's just 3, 5. That's just 3, 8, 9. That's just 3, 8, 9. 3, 5, 8, 9. That's not very helpful except for this cell. 3, 8, 9. This row here is down to 4 also. We need 3, 5, 8, 9 for this row. So the 3 points, remember the 3 points in this box to this cell. We need 3, 5, 8, 9 for the row. So this is a 5. So that means this is a 5. That means this is a 2. And this is just 3, 8, 9. Could be any one of those. Actually, the box is down to 3, 8, 9, so we can mark the entire box. And this is just an 8, 9 right here. And actually, this is not 3, not 3. And so we have an 8, 9 pair right here. That means this is the 3. And come up here and put 3 in one of these two cells. Okay. So 2, what about 2 now? This can't be a 2. Let's look at this row, or this column, I mean. So the column, we still need a 1, 7, 8, 9. So that's just 7, 9. Ah, and this is a 9. 1, 7, 8 sees this cell. So this is 9. That means this is 7. That means this is a 1, 8 pair. It puts 9 in one of these two cells. 7's in one of these two cells now because 7 points up, 7 points across. So this is a 7 and this is a 3. And now this is a 2, 5 pair. So the 7 and the 7, look into this box. It gives us a 7, 9 pair there. I'll come back to this, but let me look at this column here. This is down to 3. I'll look at both these columns. We need a 2, 8, 9. So 2's in one of these two cells. I'm actually just going to leave that, I think. Well, no, I'll put 8, 9. I want to remember that 2 is locked in up here. And up here, we need a 6, 8, 9. Because this is a 2, 5 pair, so we got 6, 8, 9 is what's left for the column. So we want to remember that this is 2's are restricted right here, and 6's are restricted right here. 8 and 9 can go anywhere at all in this top box. Down here, this row's down to 3, so we need a 2, 3, 2, 5, and 6. So we got just 2, 6 right here, 2, 5, or 6 right here. Actually, down here, let's finish this box. Let's finish marking this box up. We need a 3, 6, 8, 9. All right, so that's just 3, 6. This could be anything. This is not 3. So we have a 3 placed right here. So this is just 8, 9. Six is locked into these two. Six is locked into these two. So the 6 right here, look at this 6 points across. This 6 sees this cell. So 6 is going to actually be in one of these two cells in this box. So 6 is not possible right there. And that does give us a 3, 8, 9 in this bottom row, which means this is a 6. Okay. All right. Now let's look at this row. So besides the 7, 9, we need a 1, 2, 5, 8. Okay. So this is just 1, 2. This is 1, 2, 5, but not 8. And that gives us a 1, 2, 5 triple in this row here. So that means that this is an 8. And this is 1. So now 1's locked in right here. So let's fill this box in. Besides the 7, 9, we still need 2, 5, 6, 8. So that's just 5, 6, 8. This is just 2, 5. And this is 2, 6, or 8. That's just 3, 5. And so what is this? This could be, it could be a 2. It can't be a 1. It could be a 2. What about 3? 3 is in one of these two cells. And 3 is in one of these two cells down here. So it's going to put 3 in one of these two cells up here. Actually cannot be here anymore. Okay. So let's see. Can't be a 1, could be 2, could be 3. 4. What about 5? What about 5? Can it be a 5? Actually, 5's point in this box right here. This 5 points up, this 5 points, these two 5s are the only places for 5 in this box, so they will point, and that actually makes this a 3. Okay, got a little mosquito in here. So the 3 points down here. Okay, that gives us an 8, 9 pair in this bottom box. So here's a 3 right there. All right, let's go through this cell though, just to make sure. Actually, it might be easier to look at this row. We need 2, 5, 6, 8. So this could be a 2, cannot be a 5. Could be a 6, can't be an 8. So it's just 2, 6. Okay. All right, so I think we're done. Like, we're kind of filled in at the bottom and in the middle. So we just have this top area, which is pretty wide open. And so let's see what's the best place to look here. I mean, 2s are locked in here. Let's look at this row right here. Let's just, this down to 4, so this is a good spot to check. We need a 2, 4, 5, and 9. So this right here is just 2, 4. This is 2, 2, 5, 9. Okay, this is just 2, 9. And that's 4, 5, 9. So I'm just trying to see like the 5s. Actually, 5's here. In this box here, 5 is limited to these two cells. It can't, obviously can't be here. The 5's point here. The 5's are pointing up here. So that does give us a 2, 9 pair right here. So this cannot be 9. And this cannot be 2. This is a 4. So that's a 4. Okay. And that means that this is a 4 up here because we had 4 down to these two cells. And this must be a 5 now for that row. And this is not 5. Okay, so this is the only place for 5 now in this box. Okay. So let's see, what do we do now? Just work our way up, I guess. Keep going up. These are the last two boxes to mark. But let's look at this column. This column here is 6, 8, or 9. So let's just mark that. Still can't resolve it, but actually this can't be an 8. This column here is 3, 7. Oh, we need a 2. Okay, 2. Okay, 2 for this column is locked into the top here. 2 is locked in over here. So what that means is that this can't be a 2. This has to be a 9. This has to be the 2. So now this has to be 6. Now this has to be an 8. And that's a 2. That's a 6. That's a 9. That's a 7. This is 3. Okay, I think we cracked it at this point. We need a 2 and a 7 up here, so let's just mark that. So this is actually not 9 anymore. This is 6. And what do we need up here? We need the 3. That means 3 is right here. Okay, let's see. We need a 1, 2, and a 7 in this column here. We got 1 and 2 in the box, so this is 7. So now the 7, 2 is resolved. Remember, we had 2 locked into one of these 2 cells, so this is the 2. 6, 8, 9 is what we need up here in the top row. So the only place for 6 now is right here. 589 is what we need here. So let's see. And remember, the 5's point up here, so that can't be 5. So now we have an 8-9 pair here. This has to be a 5. This is not 8. This is not 6. Down here we can resolve this 7-1. This is 2. Oop. That's 5, that's 1. That's 5, that's 2. Okay, over here, trying to figure out where I am here. Okay, this has to be 8, this has to be 9. This is 9, this is 8. This is 8, this is 9. This is 8 right here, this is 9. And we're down to 8 and 9. We had a bunch of 8 9s at the end. So this is 9, this is 8. All right. Good puzzle today. It was definitely some interesting things in there. We had, I mean, several random things that I can remember here. The 7-9 pair here. The 1-7 pair over here, which was pretty early on in the puzzle. I think these were from givens. You might have had to place a digit or two to get that, but if you look here, the 1-7 is given, pointing into this box, so that might have been a given, quote-unquote, hidden pair. We had locked 3s in these two cells, which put a 3s up here. And what was the other thing? The pointing 5s. I think that they were kind of hard to see at first, but I think that was important also. Seeing the pointing 5s here, which placed this 3 and led to some other things. So good puzzle. Let me know how you did in the comments, and I'll see you next time.